All right, you guys. Well, thank you so much for all zooming in. And Erik and Kathy, thank you for your precious and valuable time and, just being available for all of these rock stars. I am just going to say this, that we have the recording for future use, but we had 5 leaders, 4 that are not financially linked, just got together because we love each other. We're great friends, had a vision to help as many people as we can with the very generous rapid reset that Isagenix has provided. So Jessica Rigner, Renee Schreibman, Jamie Lynn Curley, myself, and Kristen Jenkins got together and said, hey, we're going to put this curriculum together and rank advance as many people as we can. And the people that are invited onto this call outside of the trainers were people that nailed Crystal Director, either for the very first time they've hit it, or they've gone around and done it a second time as a part of the rapid reset. So huge kudos to all of you guys. I mean, what a treat of, the 100 or 125 people that signed up for our fast track, that you guys have qualified and made it, and just awesome celebration and congratulations to you guys. And as you know, Kathy Coover, our co-founder, and Erik, her son, Senior Vice President of Global Field Development, they're here, you guys, to just answer some questions that we have for them, and really just to celebrate you guys and kind of talk to you about the next steps. So Jess, I know you've got some great questions, and Renee, we've got them in the thread, but I'll just open it up and then unmute, and you guys kind of take it from there. But really to recognize, what they've done, but really, what do you think is the next steps to executive? Like, we know this is the stepping stone to where we're ultimately headed, and just tips for what to do in the next couple weeks, and why we don't want to put the brakes on, like why we're still flooding the gas pedal.
And Lauren, can I add to that
Yes.
really quickly as they're answering that? So Erik, you can probably finally put the rumor to rest that when Lauren and I were hit Crystal Director at the same exact time, Lauren, you'll remember this, Janny said, and she said it to me many times since, Erik Coover says that the average time from Crystal Director to Crystal Executive is 2 weeks. So you can finally put this to, we've never asked you if what Janny's telling us is actual quote. So you might weigh in on that also.
Okay. Wait, so she said that I said that the average time from Crystal Director to Crystal Executive is 2 weeks.
Or it falls apart. That's ingrained in her head. You have 2 weeks. Erik Coover says you have 2 weeks. You're not going to hit it.
I love that.
Not in my mind, you've said it, because Janny has told us a lot of times.
You gotta love Janny. Janny knows how to put fire on everybody's ass. That's for sure.
You got
Well, I'd like to start. Well, congratulations to all of you for being on the call, and you're definitely true leaders, and true leaders are usually led by other leaders. And so, thank you, Lauren and Jessica, for all you do, and Kirsten, all of you on the line. You're just such great role models for everybody. We appreciate everything you do. But I would tell you, it's only 4 more people that eat. I mean, and I'll tell you what, Jenny's right. You got to do it fast, because you want to lock in your people and you want to just sprint there. But, getting that Crystal Director is so important, because you can jump into that pool. You can get an extra $2,500, and you just got to push your team over. You got to think of Crystal Executive and beyond. It's not just Crystal Executive. It's Crystal Executive and beyond. And it's also lifting. If you want to get in those pools, that executive pool and the director pool, you need to lift your people up to manager. I mean, your people now that are consultants, don't let them slack off. Say, now you all need to go manager, because if they all go manager, and then you get 4 more, you're going to have lots of cycles. You'll probably go 1-star or 2-star. And that's huge, because that's just more income, that's more stability. And I think so many people, like Lauren said, is they take their foot off the gas, and that's the biggest mistake. This is just the start. And, just casting that vision of Crystal Executive and beyond. It's 1-star, 2-star, and getting your team embodied around this drive, because it's the enthusiasm of the team that really drives it. And you guys are driving that will push the whole thing forward. Then you'll get some momentum, but it's keep on keeping your foot on the gas. You can't let up. I mean, I say you can probably let up a little bit after you max out at 300 cycles. You can take your foot off, take a little bit of breath, but, take time for yourself, celebrate your successes, go get a massage with, you just got some money coming in, go get a massage, but just keep on going, because the sky's the limit. And I think a lot of people just think, oh, I'm executive and then I'm done. And that's the biggest mistake because people fall off. So it's going back and it's interviewing your new people, finding out what they want, your new people. I always ask these 5 questions of my new people. I said, what do you do for a living? Get to know them. And then the next question I'd ask them, do you love what you do in your job? And then you usually hear a lot of different things. You usually hear, well, some people love their job, but some people are not getting paid enough money. Some people want to spend more time with their family. So you're really building that bond of trust. So you should be going back to them and pull up that new associate checklist. It's a brand new one. It's only 5 questions. Then the next question is, if you could live your ideal life, what would that look like? What would your house look like? Where would your kids be? Paint the picture and let them dream a little bit. And you will not believe it. And then the next question is, to live that ideal life, how much money is that going to take? And so you want to ask them that. And then they might say 5,000. I had interviewed a guy in Canada and he was amazing. He goes, 5,000. By the time of the interview, he tapped me on the shoulder. He said 10. I went 10,000. And then there was somebody else in the audience that said, oh my gosh, Kathy, that was the biggest reality check for me, because when you said, do I love my job? She said, I love my job like anything else. But then you asked me about my ideal life and how much money it would take to live that. She said, I will never, ever get that with my job. I'm doing Isagenix. This is my vehicle. So it puts the wake-up call on. So once again, what do you do? Do you like your job? And these questions are all on the new associate checklist. Just Google it. It'll come up. Then the next question is, if you could design your ideal life, what would that look like? And then how much money would it take per month to live that ideal life? And then this is the question. On a scale of 1 to 10, how committed are you? 10 being the highest. And you let them respond. And if they're a 7, 8, 9, or 10, they're very interested. And if they're a 7, I usually say, what would it take you to get to a 9 or 10? So you want to find out what's holding them back. They might have some questions. Then, it's just, do you have any obstacles? And then say, look, I want to help you achieve your success. Let's get your 10 names out of you. Let's start calling them. Let's start doing some 3-ways. Work with your people. Don't let them go off by themselves. Work with them till they become a director and help them do the 3-ways, because that's building that strength. That's building that big, huge tree for you. So helping your people. But those questions will help find out what your people want, where they're going. It makes them dream. And it worked for me. I built 10 diamond legs with my first company, 9 diamond legs with my second, and 36 business centers under the 9 legs. So it works. And it's important, you can get all your people on Facebook, all the things, but you've got to get offline and ask them questions. You can email it to them, but talk to them. Let them tell you. And if they don't fill it out and they don't respond back to you, it's next. Get another one.
So there's not really much to add to any of that, but that was, obviously she just nailed it there. But I think that one thing I just want to hit on that my mom talked about was kind of this mindset around, everybody's kind of going for manager, director, and then getting to the next level of executive. And this really is like the warm up. I mean, this is like where people are kind of just stretching, getting ready to take the starting line of their journey. And, this is what starts to get people's businesses and their lives into momentum. When people start to shift, when they start going from manager to director to executive, they're starting to take action, which builds that momentum. But when people hit the starting line, executive, that's where the compensation plan really opens up. And that's where this journey begins. As my mom said, there's kind of this thing that goes on where it's like people think that they've reached the pinnacle of Isagenix when they hit executive. People have hit the starting line when they've reached executive, because that's where the comp plan really opens up. The 10% matching bonus that you now get, the executive leadership pools. And then it's about unlocking the compensation plan for the rest of your people who have really linked arms with you. And so if we can shift that mindset for people, where it's like you want to be celebrating along the way, but when you get to executive, it's like, all right, I'm here, awesome. I need to keep doing what I'm doing, and this is where the race really, really begins in my journey. So, and that's the last thing you want to do when you hit like a rank or you do an awesome thing is to put your foot off the gas, because then you're just going to go right back down. And that's why people feel deflated. They hit executive, then 3 weeks later, they're down to 4 consultants. It's because they took their foot off the gas. I mean, we want to create consultant creating machines, and people, we have to talk to people about the business. Yes, it's awesome to get people on these remarkable products, but people are starving for more income. And yes, you can start talking to people how to get their products paid for, but just allow it to be as simple as, can I show you how to make $100 literally by showing how to get started, how to get 2 people started on the exact system that you just got started on. Literally, just would you be open to that? $320 for getting 2 people started. There's a lot of people that $320 would make a massive impact in their life. And so if we're being that example of sharing the business, sharing the money with people, that is just so huge. That's going to start to duplicate. And what I will say is, it doesn't matter the dollar amount. When people see that they get a check from Isagenix, I remember, I think Jimmy Smith, his first check was like $9 when he shared the 9-day system with somebody that he earned the PIB on it, and he like put that check up on his desk or up on his office wall, $9. His wife thought he was totally insane. But that gets people excited. It doesn't matter if it's $9, $320, $820. Getting people paid is the magic. And then executive, if you create this culture of sharing, how to earn income in Isagenix immediately off getting somebody started on the products, that's what, creates a culture of executives, people starting on the starting line and opening up the comp plan.
You guys have watched a lot of people be really successful in this company. What are some of the qualities that you've seen that we can start distilling and looking for specifically as we attract these dream teams?
People with a burning desire, people that just have to have it, people that are not happy. Like for me, I was a hygienist. I wanted out. And so I was going to do whatever it took. So I think it's casting that vision too when you're talking to people. It's casting the vision of, I used to have it on my voicemail, on my phone. I used to have I used to have a voicemail box because I didn't want all those calls coming to my house in the middle of the night. So I had a voicemail box. And then I would say, thank you for calling the office of Kathy Coover. I am truly looking for people with a burning desire to change their position in life. If that's you, call my cell phone directly, and here's the number. And people would scare off. If they didn't have the burning desire, or if they're flakes, they didn't call me back. But the ones that did were the ones. That's what you're looking for. You're looking for people that want more in life, that want to contribute, that want to have better health and will do what it takes, and also to make a great income. And we talked about today in our sales meeting, we got to talk about the business more with people, and that should be in your story and everything. And you can do it softly with people, but when you really realize what you have, like we just got back from, the ICU, and to see the leaders in that room, I mean, this Isagenix has truly changed these people's lives. And people have no idea, what this business can do for them. So, like Erik said, make sure to talk about that business. And, if you're leading with the value pack, just by enrolling 2 people, that's $500 now, because we have that double consultant bonus, $500 for enrolling 2 people with the value pack. And, I think that's extraordinary.
Yeah, people who are motivated, coachable, but realizing that whatever you want to attract into your business, the people you want to attract, you have to be everything you want to attract. You have to be the most motivated person on the planet. If you want to attract motivated people, you have to be just 100% on purpose. You have to be so passionate about what we're doing. And it's unbelievable. Once you start to show up that way, you literally start to attract all these people, and you start to see these people out in the world that you really want to link arms with. So a cool intention just to start your day with is, who are the type of people I want to attract? Whether they're motivated, they're coachable, they're passionate, they're enthusiastic, and then going out and living your day, setting the intention. You have to be all of those 3 to 5 things for that day. And it's a total game changer. We attract what we are.
I love that.
That's so awesome. Good. So good. You guys, I want to just chime in for 1 second. I know, Renee, you're going to go in with the right question, but it's funny. I think always in hindsight, you can look back and things make more sense than when you're in it. But I mean, I would say Jessica and I were so coachable. Like what Janny said, we did. It was 2 a.m., 3 a.m. We got out of bed and we did what she said. And part of that was what Erik is talking about right now. And you have heard Jessica and I say this over and over, those attraction statements. We still do it. Today, I'm looking to attract people that are, and it not only allows you to see them, but it is like a daily reflection of who are you and what are you doing and what are you saying and what are you, bringing about. But both of us, you guys had that burning desire. I mean, and Janny did such an amazing job of casting that vision. Like I never wanted to clock in and clock out for $12 an hour again. Like when I saw the Isagenix compensation plan, I will never do that. Jessica didn't want to miss any one of her kids' things. Then she went on, to foster. That it's so important. And I think so often we're in our own way of what they're going to think that we're forgetting what doors this opens and just how big that is. And I'm saying that obviously not to Renee or Kristen or, the people that hosted this, but our new people, that you are capable of so much and you really are dealing with somebody's life and their future. And when you can take that ownership, because when people started calling us leaders, we all were like, a leader of what? It was like such a foreign thing because we were all so new, but someone did it for us. And to think we can do it, that just step into that, because listening to this and Jessica, Renee, Jamie Lynn, myself, we're all coming up on 5 years. And I'm like, wow, what has happened and what's been possible. And someone did that for us, but you guys all have that ability to do that. So it's so fun to hear this over. Renee, I know you have a great question. I just wanted to pop in.
No, that was awesome. And I think about that too myself, because I had that burning desire to get out of the situation that I was. I wanted to see my kid get off the bus on his first day of kindergarten. So you really have to get back to what your why is. And so I just love that everyone kind of reiterated that through what they said. So a question that's come up, a lot of people ask, what should we expect over the next 2 to 3 months? I know obviously we should expect hitting executive, all of us again, but what else? What's coming? What should everybody be looking forward to? I know we have our dairy-free shake, so that's really exciting.
Oh man. We are working on so many things. I mean, really over the next 18 months, I mean, there's so much work that's going on behind the scenes to elevate Isagenix to the next level, the way we look, the way we feel, the way we operate. I mean, it's a constant evolution, but I will say that at Celebration, we're going to be announcing an entirely new product category in Isagenix that is going to be phenomenal, that is going to start to complete our picture of holistic wellness on the planet. So that's going to be exciting. And I will also say that imagine that you could get somebody started with Isagenix and you're talking with them, they're excited, they're like, how do I, okay, I'm ready to get started. And instead of you going through that stuff in your head, like, okay, I need to take down all your credit card information, all your this, all your that, because I'm not going to send you to my website to get it to do this because it takes too long and you're going to get confused and stuff like that. We all know that's a reality. But imagine if you could be in that moment and you could be like, okay, let me just shoot you this quick link, enter these couple things and boom, you're enrolled in 60 seconds or less. To simplify and enhance the customer experience, I know that would make a lot of people's lives easier. So that's a little taste of what's coming in the next, I don't know about 2 months, but 4 to 5 months.
We're doing so many things. We're working on our brand architecture. We've always had categories of weight, wellness, energy, performance, healthy aging. So we're expanding our architecture, like Erik said, to bring in a new category so that we can, add new things to Isagenix. So there's a lot of exciting things, like you said. Then the e-commerce system, we're getting a whole new back office system. I mean, you wouldn't even believe what they're working on. So we'll have a few seasonal shakes coming up too. Probably a few less promotions, but some good ones to really drive new enrollments. New enrollments are the key to the business. They really are. So we'll have a few promotions for that too. So, I think it's just whatever you're doing, just, you want to always keep enrolling new members as big as you get. Janny enrolls people all the time. I go to the same dentist that she did, and she's enrolling people there. I mean, you should have seen Kathy Savage and I in when we were in Philadelphia. We were at the same makeup artist and hair. We enrolled the whole salon there. I mean, it was like, I mean, there's so many people that want this. You just got to open your mouth. I feel it's just easier sometimes to go out walking and talking to people, because people get so excited when they hear about it.
Nobody's heard about Isogenics. Literally, you talk to people and it's like, what? What's it called? They just have no clue. But the reality is that eventually in 5, 10, 15 years, everybody that you know, your friends, your family, you know, people that you work with, they're going to hear about Isogenics. But the question is, are they going to hear it from you, or are they going to hear it from somebody else? They're going to hear about it regardless. So it's our responsibility to be sharing this with everybody that we're coming in contact with, everybody that we're forming relationships with, because they're going to hear about it anyway. So it might as well be from you.
I love that. People say to me, oh, I think I've tapped out my market. You know, everyone I've talked to already knows about Isogenics. And I'm like, we're not talking to enough people.
Yeah.
As simple as that. All right. I think, Kristen, you had a question?
Yes, I do. So, Kathy, I would love if you would expand a little bit more on the new associate checklist. And I know that you mentioned at ICU Philly that you are going to be coming out with a new tool in really how to implement that into our business. For those that are on this call because they hit the Crystal Director Rapid Reset and they are striving for Crystal Exec, what I find for a lot of my new business builders is they don't really know when to implement the new associate checklist. You know, is it at the very beginning? Should they wait until the person's brought a couple more people on board? So I have a feeling I know what you're going to say, but I would love for you to expand that for everybody.
You know, everybody's different. So you just have to go with your intuition, but I always brought it up. I mean, if I was enrolling someone right now with the value pack, the first thing I said, would you like me to show you how to, it's my responsibility to show you how to get your products paid for. Would that be of value to you? And if they say, no, they're not interested, well, then do they want to try the product first? Well, right there, that's a clue. So you want to get them grounded in the product, and then you can ease them in. But if somebody says, yeah, show me how, well, then you show them how. And then the next question, after you've shown them that, say, look, I'd love to set up a time tomorrow, if possible, just to ask you a few questions, because I really want you to help you achieve your dreams and goals. Do you have a few minutes? It only take about 10 minutes. And so I would do it right in the beginning. I mean, if you can, but you know when it's not right, when they throw you back, they want to just try the product, get away from me. You know, then you need to tread on them lightly. But, you know, you'll be surprised if you just open your mouth and say that and just ask them, you know, how's your job going? Do you like your career? You know, just asking those questions. And yes, I'm going to record a video, just a short video of exactly how to do it. I'm going to interview someone, and I'm going to show that person how I get their names out of them. You know, say, look at who do you know that needs more energy, endurance, and stamina, might want to trim up. Who do you know that needs more money? And they'll probably say, well, almost everybody I know. Well, great. If you get me your top 10 names, you know, tomorrow, let's start calling them. Let's start calling them together. And then I'll set up exactly what to say. And that's how I built the whole thing. I mean, I got one person, and then I drove it deep, and I start doing their calls. And then what happens if all of a sudden Laura comes in on the three-way? And I would take her by her hand, and this gal's listening who just got started. I would say to Laura the same thing. Look, we were going to show you how to get your products paid for. And then I would ask her the same questions. You like your job? I mean, I go really quickly through it, and I've got her 10 names out of her. And I used to have names all over my walls. I mean, Erik can tell you. I mean, I had big sheets with everybody's names on it because I didn't have Facebook and that, but it still works. You can then put them into your Facebook pages and use all the tools you have, but it's getting people in action quickly, I think, is so important. It is. And you'll know when it's the right one. You know, they'll jump on it.
I love that. And I'll expand. So I used to be uncomfortable asking those questions in the beginning as well. But what's so easy about are amazing solutions. And what I found is that when we're on the phone with our prospects, we're talking about a lifestyle. So we really do want to know what they're doing for a living, even just so we can coach them properly on how to implement the products, right? So if that's not such an easy way for you all to just ease into those other questions, don't just ask what do they do so that you can find out how to coach them on when to take their shakes and when to cleanse. Ask the other questions that Kathy is referencing, and you just got all of your answers to the new associate checklist right there. And it's in a seamless way. So thank you. I love that, Kathy. I think Jamie Lynn, do you have a question next? I know she just pulled into her garage. We're putting her on the spot here.
Yeah, no, I do have a question for you. So Kathy, this is Jamie Lynn Curley and Erik. Hey guys, thank you so much for this call tonight. So what are your tips on, all of these new crystal directors who are hitting this rank for the first time? And we know that the drive to crystal executive is going to happen by the end of May. But what are some of your tips for them for really maximizing the director pool and growing their business in that way?
You go ahead and take it. No. But it's just basically with the director pool, you just need to make sure you're paid as director the whole time and that you keep growing. Your cycles keep growing so that you need to keep enrolling new members. Your team members need to keep enrolling new members. But Erik is a master on the pools. He might have some comments on that too.
Well, I mean, I don't know if you need to get wrapped up in the details of how the pool works. I just know that, if you keep doing the pools take care of themselves. And the key is getting to director, obviously, but you don't want to stay at director that long. You want to get to executive. So, because the executive pools are all that much more lucrative and exciting and everything like that. And it's about stepping people into the pools and starting to educate your team members about these pools and talking about the money that's out there. I mean, we used to at Isogenics universities, we did the 2-star and above training and started talking about the pools. And it's just crazy that how many people don't even know about how much money is out there. And we make the calls. We make the calls to the director pools, the top earners and the executive pools. They are the best calls that we make because, for somebody to be able to earn $2,500 as a director, like they have to pull over on the side of the road and stop, they start tearing up because they're overwhelmed. And it changes somebody's life. And so I think it's just about educating your team on them. But now this is the most exciting time because as you're hitting, director in this rapid crystal reset, you've started to get momentum, which we talked about before. And it's kind of like just going to the gym. The hardest part about, starting to get good results in the gym is getting started and getting in that momentum of going to the gym over and over. It's like, people get in a rut and it's like, oh, I don't want to go to the gym, or they go to the gym and they they half-ass it for a half hour. But once you get into that momentum, it becomes easy to start going to the gym and you start getting so excited about going to the gym. It's the same thing with the Isogenics business. The hardest part is just getting started, opening your mouth, talking about these things. But once you start to get into momentum, like this group is by hitting director, that's when you want to start flooring the gas pedal because the action is what's exciting. And the action is what breeds more action and breeds more positivity and growth in your team. When you start to flatten out on your activity level and your action, that's when all of this negativity starts to flood. And so this is when, everybody's activity level is on a high that we need to start pushing even more. So, and then the pools take care of themselves.
Thank you so much. Okay, so I know we are just wrapping up at our 30-minute window with you. And these are great questions. Thank you guys so much for everything you asked and just the value. I'm trying to type in the chat because this is my notes for tonight. I have to print it off because I want all the goods too. But if we could just ask, what's your number one tip of advice, either where you think they are between director and executive or something that's going to set them up for what's coming later on this summer, maybe with Isogenics. But if you could just leave them with, this is the best thing I can tell you right now that's going to help you forever, what would that be from both of you?
For me, it would be do it like your life depends on it. I mean, that's the way I always built my business because my life did depend on it. I was supporting the family. And so you just have to do it with energy, passion. do your gratitudes in the morning, get your head in the right space, keep your energy up, keep the energy in the team, and execute, execute, execute. Always keep doing that. And one thing in closing I want to do is whoever puts you on this call, whoever is you report into, I want you to let them know that you're going to go executive and beyond. You're going to hit 1 star. You're going to hit 10 cycles. When you go to executive, it's not going to be executive. You're going to hit 10 cycles, and you're going to get $2,000, and you're going to hit that pool, $2,500. You're going to hit the $5,000 pool, and Erik and I are going to call you. Visualize that.
I love that. Can't wait to make those calls. I mean, that's a no. I mean, that's work it like you like, depends on it. Absolutely. I would say the next thing is do everything in your power to get as many people to events as possible. I mean, events, I mean, everybody's off the high right now of the Philly ICU. And, you know, when people come to the event, something changes in people. Yes, people start for the products. Yes, they start doing the business. But literally in every person's story, and every person that's going 2-star, 3-star, 4-star, maxing out, they share their story, started on the products, started sharing with people. But then I came to an event and everything changed for me. I saw the vision. I built the belief. I came out of there so just like believable and just wanted to get into action. And so along with, you know, getting to executive, how many people are you going to have at Celebration? I mean, if you just spent from now until Nashville Celebration, if you just spent time on one activity, and that activity was, I'm just going to do everything I can to get as many people to Nashville, and you set the intention. So tonight, set your intention. How many people are you going to have in those seats in Nashville? Is it 5? Is it 10? Is it 20? Is it 30? Make it a stretch goal, because, you know, there's nothing more satisfying than being at an event, knowing that you did everything in your power to get as many people as you could there, and looking down the aisle and seeing your people that you invited just freaking light up and get so empowered and inspired. I'll never forget when Lauren came, I think it was at New Year kickoff. She came up just running up to me at, I think it was Phoenix New Year kickoff. She just burst on stage after the event, and she had her team all lit up. It was her first event, and she's like, we are going to run with this. This has ignited us, and, you know, we're all going to have, I don't know, 20 people at Celebration. I don't remember what the number was. And look what happened. I mean, that all stemmed from her and her team being at that event. And so that's what events do. So it's so huge.
That's so awesome. You guys, thank you so much. This is such a treat, and we're so grateful for you. So we made it that they had to hit Crystal Director to get the live call, but thank you for the recordings. Now we want to go share it to the hundreds and thousands of people on our team that missed it, because this is too good to not pass on. But we're so grateful for you guys. Thank you so much. I don't know, Jess, if you had anything you wanted to add or say.
Just thank you guys so much for the company and the opportunity and the kinds of people that this opportunity attracts. It's so much fun.
I mean, I've got to share one thing. At this ICU, there was more babies in that room, more carriages. I mean, the door was blocking with moms with carriages. There's so many mompreneurs coming into Isogenics. Oh my gosh, I was sitting in the back going, I love this. They all brought their babies. The babies didn't make a peep. They were they're all ISO babies. so great.
That's awesome. That's so awesome. And hey, while you guys are both on here, I want to give one shout out to Jen and Adam. I typed it in the chat, but they actually hit Crystal Executive yesterday for the 4th time. They have taken advantage of every reset you guys have done. Like,
that is awesome.
And they did it at ICU Philly. Like, they were texting Laura and I, agree with this, our 8th, our 9th, and on the Crystal Director deadline, hit executive for the 4th time. So really amazing leadership.
Well done. That's so awesome. Congratulations.
Congratulations. Thanks for all you do. We love you guys.
Bye. Good night. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.
Yeah, bye.